Hello friends, welcome to this video based on the topic stakeholders and their information requirements. So, who are stakeholders? What are the information do they need? Let us learn all of these in detail in this video. Come, let us move into the video. First, who are stakeholders? The word stake means support. So generally, stakeholders are people who support the organization to run efficiently and smoothly. They may provide a financial support, an advisory support, or a mutual support as such. So people who support the organization to run in an efficient manner are called stakeholders, and without the stakeholders, it is impossible to run an organization. So there are two types of stakeholders, internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Because when you run an organization, you need support from the people who are working with you as well as people who are in the society. Now, the people who support you from inside or the internal stakeholders are the owners or the promoters, the management, that is the board of directors, trust members, etc., the employees and the trade unions. Similarly, the external stakeholders are creditors, debtors, present investors, potential investors, banks, tax authorities, regulatory agencies, researchers, and etc. So among these, all the terms are quite easy and understandable except two, that is present investors and potential investors. Present investors are people who presently have a share in your company or presently have invested some money in your company. At the same time, potential investors are people who are planning to invest in your company or from whom you may ask support by providing money to your company. So the first question is, why do these stakeholders need some information? Because these are people who support the organization. When they support the organization, they can just support and go. But why do they need some information? It's like as simple as our family. In our family, our mother and father know all the information about the family and both of them share the details amongst each other. Why? Because they both are the pillars of family and they want to know each and every detail of the family to run the same efficiently. So this holds good with the stakeholders as well. Now compare the family to the organization and your mother and father to the stakeholders. The situation is so simple. So if an organization is to be run efficiently and smoothly, we need the stakeholders who are the pillars of support. As we know that they need some information, they have to make use of that information as well. So, the other name for stakeholders is users of accounting information. So, stakeholders are also known as users of accounting information. Now, we have known that they need some information. What information could they need? As I said earlier, their other name is users of accounting information. So the accounting information, what they need is nothing but the financial soundness of the company, which can be analyzed through the final accounts and the annual report. Final accounts is something which is prepared by the concern itself, and annual report is where you present the final accounts in a legible and readable form to your stakeholders. That is, you mention all the details in the final accounts in the form of a statement. That is called an annual report. So now let us move a step further and see for what reasons do the stakeholders need these information. So creditors. Creditors are people who have lent money to the organization. Only with the profit or loss or the financial position of the company, they will come to know how safe and secure is their money in the organization. If a company is in loss, definitely the creditors will try to insist pressure on the company to return their money back. And similarly, the debtors. The debtors are people who have borrowed money from the organization. So if the organization is running in profit, the organization will not bother about getting the money back from the debtors. But at the same time, if the organization is running in a loss, definitely the organization will insist some pressure on their debtors to get the money back, so that they can use that money to compensate their losses and make some profit. So the debtors need this information because they need to know how much pressure will they face in the future. Similarly, the present investors are people who are looking for a good return. If there is a profit in the organization, definitely they are going to earn a good return. Similarly, at the same time, if there is a loss, they will not have some returns and they will think about, or they will be worried about their investment. And potential investors are people who are looking for good organizations to invest in. So they will definitely see the final accounts or profit or loss of the company, so that they can decide whether to invest in the company or not. Banks, obviously, if they have lent money to the organization, they will be eagerly waiting to know the financial soundness, again to check how secure is their money. Similarly, the tax authorities look forward for the organization to file the income tax and the other taxes which are applicable to the organization. And researchers, this is an interesting category. So we see a large number of studies happening these days. So how do these studies happen? People study on different organizations and then come to a consensus. So researchers also look for the financial position of various companies from various sectors to analyze the scope of that particular sector and research in the same. So researchers also eagerly wait for the financial and accounting information of an organization. Now the internal stakeholders. The owners and the management, obviously they think about the well-being of the organization and they want the organization to run in a profit and give a good return. The employees of the organization are solely dependent on the company for their job security, because they need proper salary, regular bonuses, hikes, allowances, etc. So they look forward for a good profit in the company so that they can live a better living. Similarly, this holds good with the trade unions. The trade unions decide whether to bargain for more wages or to leave the organization and move to a more profitable organization only after they come to know about the financial soundness of the company. So in short, the gist of the reasons or the various reasons for which the users of accounting information need the information is given below in a tabular format for easy understanding. Now we have come to the end of this video. So in this video we have seen who are stakeholders, what information do they need, why do they need, and what are the various informations do they need, and how do they get those information. This is a very simple concept, but still it is important to know, because there are so many people who are dependent on an organization. Directly or indirectly, an organization is benefiting so many people. So with this we come to the end of this video. Hope this was clear and useful to you. So till we meet in the next video, this is Sangeeta Selvan. Thank you.